reached the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline. Para español, marque el número dos. If you are a veteran or service member or are calling about, call may be monitored and recorded. We are checking for a counselor who is available to talk. You'll hear music while we do this, and we'll give you an update in 30 seconds. You are not alone.
I am alone.
We care and want to support you. Someone will be with you soon.
I am physically alone.
Thank you for calling 988. This call is being recorded and monitored for training purposes. My name is Victoria. How can I help this morning?
Hello, apparently I'm supposed to call you guys. I called the human trafficking hotline. I've called 211 and pretty much everything in the book. And, well, I've called you guys like 4,500 times. I'm supposed to call you guys and talk to you about being a kidnap victim.
Okay. Can I get your name, date of birth, and where you're calling from?
Yep, my name is Stephen Owens. My date of birth is 8/18/1983. And I'm calling from an isolated dungeon box in Ocean Shores, Washington, placed here against my will.
You said Stephen Owens, 8/18/83, and you're in Ocean Shores?
That's correct.
Okay. And what's going on, Stephen?
Well, I'm a kidnap victim. I've been forced into sex slavery. I've never been a drug addict. I've never had disorders. I've never made an attempt against my life. My body's been a pure temple of one. And on January of 2018, I took a muscle relaxer, had a tummy ache, walked over to a clinic, and a peer counselor and two med nurses placed me in that clinic for 5.5 months, turned me into a transgender female, beat me, put me on polypharmacy, took away 27 years of my memories, and as of about 2 months ago, I just came out of amnesia realistically and remembered my own name.
Okay.
No judge, no attorney, no family, no physical. They placed me in front of a broken web camera for 10 minutes, maybe under that, and asked me 5 basic questions. Couldn't see the person on the other side because it was broken. The audio was broken. They put me on polypharmacy, chemically castrated me, and they forced me into sex slavery. They've been placing me around in junky, unsafe dwellings that have caused me to be beaten. I've been raped over 80 times. I've had a police officer's genitals in my mouth. And they flogged me around 3 different cities in a dress with a sign on me that said, "I have the mind of an 8-year-old. Please do not sexualize me." I'm tired of being broken down as a horse. I am all over the internet, apparently, shucking and jiving as a live streamer, demonstrating every day that I'm not an 8-year-old. Constantly recording myself 24/7 since 2023. And every time that I have attempted to educate myself, upgrade myself, and figure out my own name, peer counselors and med nurses have drugged me more, taken away more of my memories. I discontinued those drugs on November 1st, 2024, when they moved me here to Ocean Shores, Washington, about the 6th move. Realizing that there's no legalities for me to take them in the first place, I just remembered my own name a few months ago. The first thing I did in June of 2025 was walk over to a police station here in Ocean Shores, Washington, where I've never lived, and to report my kidnapping, and I still didn't even know my own name then. And they told me to go to the Pryor City out in Aberdeen, Washington to report my kidnapping, and they laughed at me. And as of about a month ago, I think maybe a month and a half ago, I reported it again. They came out here, gave me lacerations, took me to a telecare center where they gave me a clean bill of health, told me I'm not mentally disabled, I want to live forever, and I'm not a drug addict, and they didn't want to put me on drugs and released me on my own recognizance. Peer counselors have had full control over my finances, my medical, and where I've lived. and I've had to do everything that they've said out of fear, intimidation, and drugging. Oh, and I also apparently I'm almost done with my CPSS prerequisite training as well, that I attempted to do on a live stream, laughing about it about 3 or 4 months ago, realizing just how easy it is. They put a sign around my neck saying I have the mind of an 8-year-old, and they flogged me around 3 different cities, put me in unsafe dwellings on 6 different moves, and said, I have the mind of an 8-year-old, please do not sexualize me, while flogging me around these cities in a pink dress, laughing about it. Every time I call them, every time I report to their supervisors, they come out here, drug me, infantilize me, threaten me, yell at me, hit me, watch me in the shower, and more. They placed me in isolation on this last move in the middle of nowhere, and I've been eating out of the garbage can for over a year now.
Okay.
And in a few days, I'm pretty certain that the peer counsel...
Mental health services?
I don't have mental health disorders, and I don't want to talk to junkies. Hang on, I gotta kill a spider. I don't have mental health disorders. I've never made an attempt against my life. I want to live forever. And I don't like junkies. I don't like disordered people. And people who attempt to kill themselves are selfish. The point is they put me in isolation, took me away from my family, my friends, my job. They've had control over my medical. No judge, no attorney, no physical. That's the point of calling. And every word tells me I have to call you guys when I call human trafficking hotline, RAINN, anywhere. Because apparently you guys are experienced and I need to talk to you guys about being a kidnap victim. I don't want to be a sex slave anymore. I don't want to be in isolation anymore. I don't want to be abused anymore. And I don't want to be raped anymore.
Right. So I understand that. I asked if you were in mental health services because that's actually a really good place to be able to talk about.
No. I have no mental health disorders. I'm an actual kidnap victim. I don't want to talk about mental health disorders because I don't have any. I don't meet those requirements.
Right. So I wasn't saying that you do have mental health disorders. I'm saying that a regular counselor, being able to see a regular counselor, would be a really good place to be able to unpack everything that you've gone through between the kidnapping and the being forced into sex slavery and all of the things that you have gone through. Having a regular, consistent counselor is...
Yeah, I don't want to be in this isolation anymore is the point. I don't want to be in these crackhead places anymore. I come from a well-off family. I'm highly educated and highly intelligent. And this is all absurd. And either the state of Washington's going to rescue me and give me my money for chemically castrating me at the behest of peer counselors without a judge or an attorney, or I'm going to find myself in the dirt because either I'm going to put myself in the dirt or calculatably, peer counselors and med nurses are going to, because they have the full totality of control over my body autonomy. They change my identity. They change my name. They tell me what to do. I am scared of them in the full totality, even more than police officers, and in this time of being raped, I've had police officers' genitals in my mouth. And I remember everything.
Okay, so you made a comment about going to put yourself in the dirt. Have you taken any steps towards...
Nope, I want to live forever. You're not understanding. The point is I don't want to die. I want to live forever. I don't want to be drugged up and lose my kitty cats, and I'm tired of being in this isolation. So either I'm going to be rescued, peer counselors are going to kill me, or I'm just going to give up on the whole goddamn thing if nobody's going to rescue me and they're going to allow them to kill me.